gathering to please keep your mobile phones in silent or low sound mode. Vidya dadati vinayang vinayad yati patratam patratvat dhanamapnoti dhanat dharmang tatah sukham. The couplets loosely translate as learning makes one humble. Humility begets worthiness. Worthiness creates wealth and enrichment. Enrichment leads to right conduct, eventually leading to contentment. Namaskar and a very good evening to one and all. It is our honor and privilege to have you here at Nalanda University for the East Asia Summit Conclave of Heads of Higher Education Institutions and East Asia Summit Knowledge Exchange Workshop on Energy Efficiency Policies and Programs, Lifestyle for Environment, Life. I will take this opportunity on behalf of the Nalanda University fraternity to welcome the honorable dignitaries present with us today for the joint inaugural session of the conference. Shri Periyasamy Kumaranji, Honorable Secretary, East, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Srimati Namanita Chakraborty ji, Honorable Joint Secretary, Indo-Pacific Division, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Professor Dr. Ngo Thi Phuong Linh ji, Honorable President, USSH, Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City. Professor Shanti Shri Dhulipudi Pandit ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Jawaharlal Nehru University. She will be joining us online. Shri Jivesh Nandan ji, Distinguished Fellow, the Energy Research Institute, TERI. Professor Sachin Kumar Sharma ji, Honorable Director, General Research and Information System for Developing Countries, RIS. Dr. Pankaj Vashisht, Associate Professor and Coordinator at the Asian India Center at RIS. We also warmly welcome Professor Sachin Chaturvedi ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor of our Nalanda University, and to all the esteemed dignitaries, distinguished representatives from the ASEAN India Network of Universities, TERI and RIS, who have traveled far to be with us today. recreating and reliving the days of ancient Nalanda. I would also like to warmly welcome the faculty members and the entire Nalanda University fraternity present in this august gathering. As we begin, following the civilizational tradition, let us collectively invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati, the eternal embodiment of learning, wisdom, and eloquence. Now, we shall have the students of Nalanda University chant a Devi Saraswati Vandana.
शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्म विचार सार परमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनी वीणा पुस्तकधारिणीमभयदां जाड्यान्धकारापहां हस्ते स्फटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थिता वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्.
Lighting a lamp symbolizes the triumph of wisdom over ignorance, echoing the timeless teachings of the compassionate Buddha. Just as one lamp, or as we all call it, diya, can light countless others without losing its own flame, knowledge shared in this conclave will certainly enrich everyone equally, reinforcing the collective mission of higher education across the globe, rethinking sustainable energy practices involving key stakeholders, enhancing life-centric policy making, and their realistic implementation.
Thank you very much, Anushan. The vibrant 3-day engagement of our partnership stands as a living embodiment of interconnectedness, responsible living, and sustainable development. Just as Nalanda once wove together diverse strands of knowledge from across Asia and beyond into a golden model of wisdom and sustainable living for the world, the EAS and AINU initiatives carry this legacy forward, weaving together nations, universities, and communities, building a shared model of dialogue, scholarship, and global well-being. As an institution of national importance, under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Nalanda is actively rejuvenating this model for the 21st century, a model where ancient wisdom informs modern solution, where sustainability is lived in every breath, where dialogue is the tool for global order, and where diverse culture converge to create shared ethical values. Now, with profound honor and joy, I have the privilege of inviting our Honorable Vice Chancellor to felicitate our distinguished guest with the token of our gratitude. To begin with, I request to felicitate Shri Periya Saman Kumaran, Honorable Secretary East, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Next, I request to honor Professor Dr. Ngo Thi Phung Lan, Honorable President, USSH, Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City. Next, we are also very honored to have Ms. Navanita Chakrabarti, Honorable Joint Secretary, IP Division, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Next, Shri Jivesh Nandanji, Distinguished Fellow, the Energy and Research Institute, TERI. Next, we express our gratitude to Professor Sachin Kumar Sharma, Honorable Director General, Research and Information System for Developing Countries, RIS. Next, we also invite Dr. Pankaj Vashist, Associate Professor and Coordinator, ASEAN India Center at RIS. We invite you to the dais, sir. Please welcome him. We thank all the esteemed dignitaries and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for doing the honor. The Angavastra being presented today is not merely a ceremonial garment, but a symbol of this partnership. It has been lovingly hand-woven by the skilled artisan of Nepura village, situated in the vicinity of Nalanda, once a thriving center of knowledge and culture. In Madhubani tradition, the motive of fish embodies fertility of the land, prosperity, abundance, and good fortune. In the context of our 3-day conclave and workshop, these motives resonate deeply with our collective aspiration for sustainability, renewal, and the harmonious interdependence of human society and the environment, the very Nalanda spirit. The Buddha's statue we presented today is a symbol of Buddha's sublime wisdom, but also a guiding beacon for this gathering. It calls upon us to embrace compassionate leadership, collaborative knowledge, and sustainable practices as pathways to achieving peace and prosperity for all sentient beings, which are going to be discussed as a part of this vibrant gathering. Now, it is my distinct honor to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Sachin Chaturvedi, to deliver the welcome address. Please welcome him.
Thank you. Thanks, Pooja, for very kind words and for getting us through this. Very warm welcome to all the delegates for these two workshop and the roundtable that we have planned. I am extremely delighted to welcome our Secretary East, Mr. Kumaran and Mr. Kumaran, for his very kind presence today. I would also at the outset would like to thank our Joint Secretary, with whose effort we could get the two meetings together and could also bring in the necessary synergy between ASEAN India Center at RIS and Nalanda University. When we were discussing this, I had two roles with me as DG RIS and also VC Nalanda University. But I'm extremely happy that Professor Sachin Sharma has joined us, who is our co-host today as part of this dialogue. So what we have tried to do is the efforts of the East Asia Summit process to bring forward the idea of heads of higher education institutions to come together. And also the idea of workshop that was thought of for some time in partnership with TERI. So we are very happy that TERI is also adequately represented today. Largely to focus on energy efficiency policies and programs, but also through the lifestyle changes. So friends and colleagues, as per capita income in the global south is expanding, global south can't afford to have copying the Western lifestyle. And that's what we need to learn, what Asian values we bring on table, what are those value systems that we can believe in, and what are the value systems that we actually stand for. And that's what we need to bring in the conversation on energy. As ASEAN, the East Asian Summit Process countries, and India, they all get together for the COPs. And this time, COP again would be returning soon to Asia. And we would have to think in terms of how Asian value systems can actually bring in the dimensions of engagement. In fact, in your kits that you have got, you would have seen this booklet which is there, which is about zero. And zero is something that has come out from this university. The booklet is not about the origin of zero, but it is about net zero and how this campus is net zero. But you would be extremely delighted to know that this university, when it was in its heydays from 5th century to 12th century, it actually saw this intermixing of disciplines. What we hear about economics or mathematics or Sanskrit or humanities and natural sciences, all this fragmentation is last 3 centuries contribution of the Western education approach. In Asia, all of us had only one framework, and that was convergence of humanities and natural sciences. There was no distinction. And as a result, the Buddhist philosophy, which produced brilliant people like Nagarjuna, whose work is very widely held in very high esteem by our scholars, actually influenced another fellow master at Nalanda University called Aryabhatta to imagine how Buddhist philosophy thinks of shunya. And shunya is something which we English call zero, but in Buddhist philosophy, it brings in the idea of oneness, oneness with nature, oneness with multiple facets around you. And this gave the concept of zero, and then the numbers came in. This booklet actually talks about this university's effort not to bring in pressure on water or on withdrawal on electricity. We are trying to manage both through our own resources. So this booklet is there. There is also very pertinent booklet on energy, which my colleagues from RIS have brought out, and this is there in the booklet that is there. It is also largely in terms of the university and education sector. So all the 4 booklets that are there are extremely well prepared and well endowed in terms of taking this roundtable forward. Our idea was that these 2 efforts would bring in people from different expertise together. We also could have done these 2 meetings separately, one in Delhi, one in Nalanda. But then Joint Secretary agreed, Secretary gave the approval, and we thought that this would bring in large number of ASEAN visitors together at Nalanda. Usually people come to Delhi and leave from Delhi. But it is good to see and explore this part of India and see the efforts that are on. Last time, friends, when East Asia Summit process met, the ASEAN-India Summit in 2024 at Vientiane, at Laopedia, we talked about and actually reaffirmed the ASEAN-India comprehensive strategic partnership. And if we recall, and in my own days in 1992 at RIS, we made efforts in terms of beginning the ASEAN-India dialogue partnership, which then evolved to sectoral dialogue partnership. And in 2012, as we celebrated 25 years of ASEAN-India partnership at the commemorative summit, the ASEAN-India Center born out of that at RIS, which my colleague Dr. Pankaj Vashish now leads. This is largely in terms of bringing forward multiple issues, particularly on ASEAN outlook, particularly on the Indo-Pacific, which we see for peace, which we see for stability, and which we see for prosperity. This Indo-Pacific vision of ASEAN is something which is required to be celebrated. which is required to be observed and facilitated for peaceful coexistence of countries in the region. Indo-Pacific stability and peace is extremely important, and that's the message that this campus stands for from Buddhist philosophy and ideas. We are also trying to see that this happens through trust. It happens through shared democratic values, and also in terms of our belief in sovereignty. And it also happens through the idea of bringing forward the territorial integrity that is equally important, and respect for that for which ASEAN and India stand for. It is also our collective commitment for rule of law. Both AOIP and ATIGA, they are possible largely with this kind of conviction and commitment. Several of these issues would come up in the next 3 days that we are all here together. We are extremely happy that the agenda for the higher education panel that would be there tomorrow, it has tried to capture sustainability, the needs for new pedagogy that Asian values stand for, and that ASEAN and India should try to explore in terms of going forward. With the retreat that we are seeing from the US in terms of the nature of extremely financialized globalization that we saw in last 3 decades, time has come for us to evolve alternative development model. That alternative development model comes in from our value systems, it comes in from our idea of inclusivity, and it also comes in terms of our collective commitment of new education contours that higher education sector should look into. With these words, I once again very warmly welcome each one of you. I'm very thankful. I know it's a tedious journey to change flights and then come here, but I'm very happy that each one of you have taken in, and I'm sure you would enjoy not only this campus, but today evening when all of us would have very nice cultural program. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful welcome address, which encapsulated Nalanda's vision, closely entwined with the ESS Conclave and ESS Knowledge Exchange Workshop to develop a model of scholarship and sustainable living for the world. Now, it is my honor to invite Professor Sachin Kumar Sharma ji, Honorable Director General, Research and Information System for Developing Countries, for his address for this gathering. Please welcome him with a warm applause.
Namaste and good evening, everyone. Before I give the welcome remark, this is my first visit outside Delhi as a DGRIS, and that's also to Nalanda University. I am totally impressed. Please visit the whole campus of Nalanda University. It is really remarkable, very impressive, and I am totally impressed. That's what I would like to say. And thank you. I would like to thank Vice Chancellor, Secretary, and Joint Secretary for convening this workshop, and really it's remarkable. So please visit this whole campus. And therefore, so distinguished delegates, colleagues, friends, and students, good evening. It is a privilege to welcome you to the EAS Knowledge Exchange Workshop on Energy Efficiency Policy and Programs, Lifestyle for Environment at this historic Nalanda University. I thank the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, for convening this workshop, and our partner, the ASEAN Center for Energy, TERI, and Nalanda University. I'm especially pleased that this workshop coincides with the EAS Conclave of Heads of Higher Education Institutions on Strengthening Educational Linkages. Together, these two events reflect Nalanda's timeless spirit: knowledge exchange, collaboration, and innovation. Friends, sustainability is the defining challenge of our era. For the EAS region, with rapid growth and rising energy demand, the challenge is urgent and significant. Without deliberate action, we will face higher emissions, cost, and continued dependence on fossil fuels. Energy efficiency, often called the first fuel, offers the quickest and the most effective solution. It strengthens climate action, improves energy security, and lower business costs, creates green jobs, and ensure equitable access for vulnerable communities. Excellence. India has pursued this agenda with determination. The PAT schemes for industries, the standard and labeling programs guidelines for consumers, the Ujala initiative distributed hundreds of millions of LEDs. All these are the examples which the Indian governments are implementing. Above all, the mission life highlights that individual choices, how we travel, how we consume, and how we use energy are as important as policy and technology. Friends, across the EAS region, we see inspiring innovations from smart grids and digital energy management to financing models. Yet challenges remain: financing, technology access, standards, and enforcement. We must move from isolated success to regional solutions. That is why this workshop matters. To pool knowledge, build a roadmap. Over the next 2 days, we will explore decarbonizing industries, promoting sustainable lifestyle, and building capacity. Nalanda's own net zero campus will serve as a live model of sustainability. Colleagues, Nalanda has for centuries symbolized the free exchange of knowledge. By gathering here, we renew that tradition. As Mahatma Gandhi reminded us, the earth has enough for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed. Let's embrace life as a shared commitment for a green and fairer future. I wish this workshop and conclave great success. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your insightful address and encapsulating the initiative and the challenges of sustainable lifestyle and building capacity that are going to be discussed during this vibrant gathering, and also how Nalanda is going to be a living model of sustainability as a part of this conclave and workshop. Thank you very much, sir, for your address. Next, I take the honor to invite Shri Jivesh Nandanji, Distinguished Fellow, Terry, for his address to the gathering. Please welcome him.
Good afternoon. Sri Kumaran, who is Secretary in External Affairs Ministry, Joint Secretary Nabunita, our Professor Lan from Vietnam, Vice Chancellor of Nalanda University, Professor Sachin Chaturvedi ji, and DG of RIS, Sri Sachin Sharma, all our esteemed guests from different countries, and all distinguished participants who are here to talk about life. You know, life is a concept which India gave on the global forum, and it talked about lifestyle for environment. You know, I have been associated with energy efficiency, and renewable energy. So I would like to share a few thoughts with you. You know, human existence has been through energy only. As we all know, there is historical evidence which has been recorded that controlled fire as the first source of energy was used way back, maybe some 7 lakh years ago, 700,000 years ago by humankind. They started using, I'm talking about recorded history only. They started using hydropower for boats, for transporting logs, some 5,000 years ago. Similarly, sailboats came into existence which used wind power 4,000 BC. So and then, of course, water mill, windmill. So we have been developing. Now, develop is always in inverted commas. We have been developing uh, through these different natural sources of energy. The whole thing changed around mid 18th century with the Industrial Revolution. And interaction of human race with energy cranked up so much that when we were using maybe the 300 million tons of equivalent of oil in 1800, we started using 9,300 in 2000. So the point that I'm trying to make, that what human race has used as energy in the last 100 years is equal to what it used in prior 11,000 years. So the amount of energy, and then I will come, this reckless use of energy has brought us here. And that is why the concept of lifestyle for environment questions our consumption. You see, whether we talk of supply side of our needs, whether we talk of demand side of our needs, in the end, unless otherwise we have mindful consumption, we are not going to be sustainable. And the race itself will not be sustainable. So everyone is now looking at this. How do we, let's say we bring in the concept of circularity, we bring in the concept of resource efficiency, we bring in the concept of energy efficiency, we use better technology. All these are now coming together because we have been reckless in our consumption. You see, consumption is for essential needs versus consumption for comfort versus consumption for luxury. Now, this is what we have to distinguish. We have to differentiate. Then only, you see, in school, I used to be taught Sanskrit. And while I was coming here, I thought that one or two lines, Alasyam hi manushyanam sarirastho mahan ripu. This is something which we were taught, which essentially means laziness is the biggest enemy of human body. And in the name of luxury, in the name of too much comfort and convenience, we are going towards that. And that is why we have to change course. It is not that the technology or the efficiency of resources or energy efficiency or behavioral changes, this alone will bring about this change. Change is always brought about by a group of committed and motivated people. And I see that a group of motivated and committed people are here. We are all going to talk about how to change our lives so that we become sustainable. So this is what this organization, this conference, this workshop is all about. And let us, contribute to this thought, contribute to whatever we are doing, wherever we are doing, and let us try to change our lifestyles. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very, very inspiring message. While human existence is defined by energy, where we have gone wrong in losing this balance with nature and energy. So thank you once again for your address. Now, we have the honor of hearing from Professor Dr. Ngo Thi Phong Lan, Honorable President of University of Social Sciences and Humanities, Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City. Please welcome him with a warm applause.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is also my first time to Nalanda University. I also impressed with what Nalanda University has done, and especially the philosophy of Nalanda University, the Net Zero University. It is a profound honor to stand here at this historic conclave held at the venerable Nalanda University. For centuries, Nalanda was the hub of learning and intellectual exchange, a beacon of knowledge that drew scholars from across Asia and beyond. Its legacy reminds us that education transcends borders and that our shared future depends on the free flow of ideas and collaboration. On behalf of University of Social Sciences and Humanity, Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the organizer for creating such a vital forum where education leaders from EAS countries can come together to discuss a topic of critical importance, strengthening educational linkages. We, as the leaders of higher education institutions, stand at a critical juncture. The nations of the East Asia Summit are among the most dynamic and diverse in the world. We are home to an ancient civilization, rapidly advancing economics, and a young, vibrant population. Yet, we are also confronted by immense and complex challenges, from climate change and technological disruption to social inequality and geopolitical shifts. No single university, no one nation can address these challenges alone. We must forge a new era of cooperation, leveraging our collective strength to build a more resilient, equitable, and prosperous future for our region and the world. Our task is to prepare the next generation to be not just competent professionals, but also compassionate global citizens who can navigate a world of complexity with critical thinking and ethical integrity. This requires us to look beyond our individual campuses and build a truly integrated academic community across the EAS region. We must recognize that our universities are not just places of teaching and research. We are catalysts for peace and mutual understanding. The educational relationship between Vietnam and India has a long and meaningful history. We value the support of the Indian government to prestigious scholarship programs such as the ASEAN Scholarship at Nalanda University. These initiatives have built a bridge of knowledge that connects our people and foster deeper cooperation. In today's global context, higher education is not just merely a place for transmitting knowledge. It is a key driver for solving shared challenges, including the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. I believe that to achieve this, our universities must actively collaborate in the following areas. Firstly, let us establish joint research hubs focused on shared regional priorities. For example, a collaborative center for sustainable development could unite our top scholars in environmental science, engineering, and social sciences to develop locally relevant solutions for our region unique ecological challenge. Right, Vice Chancellor Sachin already mentioned humanity and natural science. There's no distinguish. Similarly, a hub for cultural heritage preservation could bring together experts in history, linguistics, archaeology to safeguard our rich and diverse traditions. By pooling resources and expertise, we can undertake research of a scope and scale that would be impossible for any of us to achieve alone. Secondly, we must facilitate seamless student and faculty mobility. Why exchange program exist? They are often limited in scope. I propose the creation of an EAS scholar network with a streamlined application process and a scholarship fund, especially for students and faculty traveling between our institutions. We also work toward a unified framework for credit recognition and transfer, ensuring that a semester spent in another EAS country is not just an enriching experience, but an integral part of student academic journey. Thirdly, we should embrace the power of technology to create collaborative digital education platforms that is a shared online portal where students from different EAS countries can enroll in joint courses taught by faculty from our respective university. We could offer micro-credentials in emerging fields, virtually study abroad program, and interactive workshops that allow our students to collaborate in projects in real time, bringing geographical distance and fostering cross-cultural teamwork. Finally, I propose a regular policy and leadership forum for university heads within the EAS framework. This platform would allow us to share best practice, discuss common challenges, and align our strategy to ensure that our educational policy are not only effective, but also mutual supportive. It could be a space to innovate, to troubleshoot, and to reaffirm our commitment to share our vision for higher education. This proposal seems to be ambitious, but they are our mission. The spirit of Nalanda teaches that the pursuit of knowledge is a collective endeavor. It's a journey we must embark on together. By strengthening our partnership, we not only elevate our institution, but also contribute to a future where education is the most powerful tool for fostering peace, progress, and understanding in our interconnected world. On this occasion, I would like to wish the program EAS countries conclave of heads of higher education institution great success. Professor Sachin Chaudhary, Vice Chancellor, Nalanda University, esteemed delegates and distinguished guests, good health, success, and happiness. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Your enriching message today has reinforced the strong educational and cultural ties between India and Vietnam. Thank you for mentioning all the far-sighted collaborations between our two esteemed institutions. We are ready to witness how these two institutions continue to thrive and write the chapter of excellence under your esteemed guidance and esteemed guidance of our Honorable Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much. Now is the time. Now is the time, an honor for me to invite Shri Peresami Kumaran, Honorable Secretary East at the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, to deliver the keynote address. Please welcome him with a warm applause.
Professor Sachin Chaturvedi, Vice Chancellor, Nalanda University. Professor Sachin Kumar Sharma, Director General RIS. Sri Jivesh Nandan, Distinguished Fellow Terry. Professor Phong Lan, President, USSH, Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City. My colleague, Joint Secretary, Indo-Pacific in the Ministry of External Affairs, Ms. Nabanita Chakravarti. Distinguished guests from East Asia Summit, participating countries, speakers and representatives from the ASEAN Center for Energy, academic institutions and think tanks from various parts of India and from EAS participating countries, students and faculty of Nalanda University, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar and good evening. I'm delighted to be amongst you at Nalanda University. Nalanda is not just a name, it is a civilizational brand. Every Indian takes great pride in the glorious history of the ancient Nalanda University. The fourth East Asia Summit in October 2009 called for the revival of the legacy of Nalanda University, the first residential university of the world, which flourished for over 800 years till the end of the 12th century CE. Students from across Asia and elsewhere used to study here as it was connected to the shared heritage of many countries in the world, especially in Asia. Many partner countries present over here have participated in the development of this modern Nalanda University. Students from more than 20 countries are studying here now, and a majority of them are from ASEAN. This is also the nodal university from India for the ASEAN-India network of universities. The subjects of both the EAS events being organized here for the next 2 days flow from the announcements made by our Prime Minister at the last East Asia Summit. They are very relevant for strengthening cooperation under the EAS mechanism, as well as for the implementation of the EAS Plan of Action and the ASEAN Outlook on the Indo-Pacific, and align well with the theme of the Malaysian chairmanship of the ASEAN. Firstly, it is an honor to join this gathering of minds dedicated to shaping our shared future on education, both in the region and beyond. Education is more than just a national priority. It is the bridge that connects our societies, our economies, and our aspirations. We meet at a time of profound transformation. Universities are expected to prepare young people for jobs that do not yet exist, to lead the digital revolution while protecting human values, and to expand access to learning in ways that leave no one behind. Across the region, we also share the challenge of sustainability, ensuring that growth today does not compromise the well-being of generations tomorrow. These challenges, however, are also opportunities. We welcome enhanced student and faculty exchanges and joint research focusing on issues that matter most to us, such as climate resilience, biodiversity, public health, maritime security, and AI ethics. By pooling talent and resources, we can create innovation ecosystems that serve not just our nations, but humanity at large. From India's perspective, we see ASEAN as a natural partner in this journey. Our national education policy emphasizes multidisciplinary learning, digital universities, and global collaboration. We welcome students and faculty from EAS countries, and we are eager to collaborate on scholarships, joint degree programs, and research partnerships that also align with your priorities. Ultimately, universities are more than just centers of learning. They are incubators of peace, dialogue, and mutual understanding. If the 21st century is to be the Asian century, it will be because our universities light the way, producing not only skilled graduates, but also responsible citizens of the world. Secondly, it is a delight for India to host a knowledge exchange workshop on energy efficiency, where we gather to learn from each other's experiences in shaping the future of energy. East Asia is home to some of the world's most dynamic economies and fast-growing cities. With that comes a rising demand for energy, but also a responsibility to pursue growth in a way that is efficient, sustainable, and inclusive. We often say that the cleanest energy is the energy we never need to use.
Energy efficiency is, in many ways, the first fuel. It reduces costs, enhances energy security, cuts emissions, and improves the quality of life for our citizens. Across our region, we already see some impressive examples of what works. These include India's Mission Life, Japan's Top Runner program, South Korea's push for smart grids and hydrogen technologies, China's large investment in renewables, and within ASEAN, countries like Singapore and Thailand having advanced building codes and energy conservation initiatives. The Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, at the COP26 in Glasgow in November 2021, called upon the global community of individuals and institutions to drive Mission Life as an international mass movement towards mindful and deliberate utilization instead of mindless and destructive consumption to protect and preserve the environment. We heard from Sri Jivesh Nandan about some of the aspects of this. Mission Life seeks to promote sustainable consumption patterns and energy-saving behaviors, reinforcing the role of individuals in achieving climate goals. This Nalanda University campus also advances this spirit, as we heard from Professor Sachin Chaturvedi. It is India's first campus to operate on the model of net zero energy, net zero emissions, net zero water, and net zero waste. India has made impressive progress in clean and affordable energy. Our solar energy generation capacity has increased 32 times in the last 10 years, making it the third largest solar power generating nation in the world. Renewables now make for more than 50% of India's total installed power capacity. We are the first G20 country to have fulfilled the commitments we made under the Paris Agreement ahead of time. We are also cooperating with EAS participating countries through the International Solar Alliance, the initiative to link our electricity grids, and the Global Biofuel Alliance. These experiences remind us that energy efficiency policies work best when they are integrated into broader national strategies in transport, housing, industry, and urban planning. But technology and policy alone are not enough. We must also focus on people. Citizens and businesses need incentives, financing options, and awareness to make sustainable choices. From household energy-saving campaigns to support for small enterprises, efficiency must be accessible to all, not just a privileged few. Looking ahead, we have an opportunity to strengthen regional cooperation. This could be in the form of a shared platform for energy efficiency, where countries could align standards, co-develop technologies, and share lessons more systematically. Such collaboration would not only accelerate progress, but also build resilience in the face of global energy volatility. Together, these principles can help us become not only an engine of growth, but also a model of sustainable energy leadership. Distinguished participants, I declare the Conclave of Heads of Higher Educational Institutions and the EAS Knowledge Exchange Workshop on Energy Efficiency Policies and Programs, Lifestyle for Environment open. I wish you all productive discussions over the course of the next 2 days and a comfortable stay at Nalanda, and hope that you will also be able to take time out and see the glorious heritage of the region around the campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for such an enriching and comprehensive keynote address that has eloquently articulated India's vision for East Asia partnership and the pivotal role of education and sustainable development in strengthening our regional partnership. Thank you very much for reiterating the very role of universities, which is to produce skilled graduates and responsible citizens who are not only going to create the sustainable model, but themselves are going to be the living and walking sustainable model for the world. Thank you very much. On this note, I request my partner to deliver the vote of thanks as our gratitude for today's gathering.
Being a student of ecology and environmental sciences myself, this is an extreme honor for me to give the vote of thanks. As we conclude the session today, which marks the beginning of a new scholarly enterprise, it is with immense gratitude that I, Anushan Ray, on behalf of the Nalanda University fraternity, extend my heartfelt reverence and thankfulness to all the honorable dignitaries, heads and representatives of institutions, and delegates gracing the conference by their presence. The day, however, is not yet over. It is my request that all the speakers and the entire forum of delegates head outside this conference hall for a group photograph. The volunteers will assist you. Following the group photograph, we will have a gathering at the Nalanda University Yoga Center for a grand cultural program to welcome you all yet again. Thereafter, we shall engage in a gala dinner tonight. Tomorrow, following the MAU signing session here itself at the Sushma Swaraj Auditorium in the morning, we shall start the sessions. Kindly note that the venue for EAS Conclave of Heads of Higher Education Institutes in collaboration with the Asian India Network of Universities is here itself. And in parallel, the venue for EAS Knowledge Exchange Workshop on Energy Efficiency Policies and Programs live will be held in the mini auditorium. The volunteers will help you, and please have your brochures with yourself. Namaste and thank you.